All right, let's continue on building out our little food blog review. Choosing our iPhone, let's change the fill color of the background. This time I want to make it something nice and dark. Rather than 100% black, remember, always pull it back some and make it just a little off black. So it's a nice dark gray that's easy on the eyes. I want to have a set of different kind of reviews, like if I'm reviewing a restaurant, and we want to be able to scroll through these reviews. So one more time, I'm going to grab my frame tool, and I'm simply going to make roughly the size of a good frame inside of here. And let's change the fill color for this frame to be a little bit lighter, something kind of off-white. That looks good. And just to make sure it looks good, I'm going to change the corner radius on mine to be something like 30. That looks pretty good for that. Now let's say somewhere in my review, I want to have a picture of a person. So I'm going to grab my ellipse tool and draw off a nice big circle. That'll represent their picture. Let's grab our type tool, and beside him, I'm going to have a dummy name. And since this is going to be a name, we'll treat it kind of like a header. So I'll go down and I'll choose something bold, and that looks good for that. And let's also grab my type tool, whoops, zoom in, not zoom out. And let's click and drag, and I'm going to type out just a random assortment of things. So this will be our dummy review. And we'll pretend that's spelled correctly. And for this one, I'm going to make it just regular font and maybe a little bit, should I make it smaller? Maybe a little bit size. Let's keep it the same size. In this case, I'll keep it at 12 point. One thing I do want to point out, when I made my text boxes for both of these, do make sure that they are fixed size boxes. I click and I drag and everything stays within that size. That way, none of the text accidentally overflows. So I've got this, and I'll say it sits right there. If necessary, maybe I'll bump it up just a bit. Choose that and make sure everything is nice and aligned. That looks good there. Get a bit bigger inside that. All right. And then underneath it, maybe I'll put a date. So again, click and drag. And this will be, I'm just going to type in a number, yada, yada, yada. And for this one, I'm going to make it ultra light. Now we'll make that one a little bit smaller. And let's throw that over to the left or right-hand side. So that's like when the date was given. And then finally, I'm going to grab my line tool. Where is it? There it is. Line tool. Let's draw a line to delineate this. So there's my content right here. And let's put a couple of stars down at the bottom. And we can do that, of course, with our star tool. Or, even better, let's choose our Iconify plugin. And let's choose a star. Now I got some fancy stars I can choose from. And I like a good rounded off star, something that can be filled in. Well, I'll place him right here. Remember, when you use these stars, they're going to be inside of their own individual frame. So be aware that if you need to, you can drag them off. In this case, yeah, got him right here. I'm going to make 5 of them. Hold down the Option key and click and drag. If you didn't know, you can also do Command D for the next one, and it will duplicate and evenly space it out this way. So now that I've got 5, I'll drag him over here, and then I'll hold down Shift and get all of those, and let's evenly space them up here. And that looks good for that. So I've got 5 stars placed inside of there. All right, now that I've built all of these out, I want to have about 5 different reviews that I can scroll through horizontally within my design. So within inside of these, I'm going to choose my topmost frame. So this is frame 1. It's got all the content inside of it. Let's turn this into an auto layout. Now the kind of auto layout I want it to be is a regular, just free-form auto layout. So with it selected, you can see, it tried to automatically put it into its own frame. So if this happens to you, let's back it up. Let's zoom out. Another way you can apply an auto layout is by right-clicking on your frame and go to More Layout Options and tell it to suggest an auto layout. And this is automatically going to put all of your different things inside of their own individual layouts. And it's going to do a better job of placing everything. Check out our frame that we have. So right now, frame 1 is the entire thing. And if I open it up, inside of it, frame 4, all of this is inside of one big frame. And then frame 3 and 2 are our names and our review. And so it's nesting all of these inside of here. The best part about this is if I wanted to change some things up, like if I wanted to move things around, like if I didn't want the line or the stars to be down here, I can click and I can drag everything. And let's see if it'll automatically, you can see how it automatically starts to shift stuff around. So another better way of making an auto layout is simply by clicking on or right-clicking on it and then tell it to suggest an auto layout. All right, with this built, I'm going to pull it outside of my iPhone frame. So let's choose it here and click and drag and just pull it off so that I can see it a little bit better. And oh boy, looks like the background of my frame matches the background of here. This happens to you. Give me just a second. Let's fix this. I'm going to go into it, choose my frame of my overall frame, and I'm going to change its fill color to be something bright and white that I can see. If necessary, I could also change the color of my page. So rather than my page being this, I can make my page be a little bit different in color. I think that makes it stand out a whole lot better. All right, now that I've got one review done, let's double click the name of this frame and I'm going to call it review number 1. Now I can hold down my Option or my Alt key, click and drag and make a copy of it. You can see how it automatically renames it number 2. And with it still selected, I can do Command or Control D and duplicate all the way up to 5 different reviews. So very quickly, we've got them all nice and laid out. Now let's add some content to each of our dummy pages that makes it look a little bit more real. For instance, if I wanted to put pictures inside of here, I could go online and search for different pictures to use, but there's a great little plugin that we can use. Let's go back down to our actions, to our plugins and widgets. One of the best ones that I've seen used is called Content Reel. Content Reel, here it is here. Again, it's been used by 1 million users. It's got lots of likes. So let's click on it and run it. This allows you to quickly and easily add different kinds of common contents. And this could include avatars, names, dates, all of these real quick to your design. So with it open, I'm going to double click and select this first ellipse circle. Then I can hold down the Shift key and select all of the other ellipses inside of each of these others. Now with the ellipses selected, going down here to the bottom, I can choose a avatar male. When I click on it, it automatically adds pictures of people inside of those areas. Now, if I needed to, I can click on the image and I can find some other avatars. Here's some for female. I could do just photos of people and it'll put random people inside of here. And so it's just a great, simple way of adding some content without having to search for everything. I can do the same thing for the people's names as well. So carefully double clicking on each one, choose the dummy name and then hold down the Shift key and select all of the others. There we go here. We can go to text and then let's scroll down and find a first and last name. If you don't like it, you can keep clicking and it will find and fill in different names for each of the different people. Finally, let's do the same thing for the dates. Double click on here. You may have to double click a couple of times until the date is selected. Then hold down Shift and then select all of the other dates. And then find a date on here. And let's choose this one. And so automatically you can see how it fills it in for here. And so it's a great, simple way of quickly filling in some dummy text. I'm going to close this one out. Let's zoom in and kind of look at it a little bit closer. Great. Bessie Cooper's there. There's Jacob. There's Darlene. Darlene doesn't fit his picture, but that's okay. We'll pretend he's there. There's camera and so on and so forth. It's just a simple mock-up. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. The other thing I want to do is I want to do a review for each person that's leaving this behind. Now to do this, we're going to take advantage of some of Figma's AI features. I'm going to double click until I select just my dummy review, and I'm going to highlight all of it. Going back down to my actions, under all, if we scroll down, there's some other different things that we can do, and we're going to choose the rewrite this. Notice that this is an AI feature. When you click on it, you can ask, what do you want it to rewrite? And so I want a restaurant review. I'll click rewrite. It'll give it a second to think about it, and then automatically you can see how it fills it in nicely. Now in this case, it's obviously a little bit more than I want, so if I want to make changes to it, let's see, shorter, just 2 sentences. Let's see how well that rewrites that. Still doesn't fit in there. I'm just going to make an executive decision to cut it out just down to here. And it did a great job. It even made up a name called the Cozy Bistro. Hey, let's rewrite it one more time. And this time it's going to be call the restaurant Mr. Ivy's Place. I don't know, I just made up something. Let's see if it figures it out. Great. Fantastic time at Mr. Ivy's Place. And it did a great job writing out something that I couldn't even write really quickly. So let's do the same thing for each one of these. I'm going to double click and drill down and get this one. Hold down the Shift key and get all of the other 4. And then one more time, I'm going to tell it to rewrite my content. And let's do a 1-sentence review of Mr. Ivy's Place. Rewrite. And then automatically it fills it in for each one. Uh-oh, I accidentally had my date selected. So if this happens, let's undo. And if necessary, maybe you just want to drill down and choose just the first one and redo it. But take some time and do a review for each of your different reviewers. My laptop's about to die, so let's plug him in. There we go. Now he's working nice. One more time. Going back down, rewrite this. 1-sentence review of Mr. Ivy's Place. Hit rewrite. There it goes. All right, one final touch I'll do is I'll go and update some of the stars on these. So some of them will be 3 stars, some will be 5. This guy didn't like it, actually intentionally gave him a negative review. This person will keep it at 4 stars, and this person will be 5 stars. So now it looks a little bit more authentic. The final thing I want to do is what I intended at the beginning, is to have all of these be able to scroll horizontally across my screen. So with each of my reviews finished, I'm going to highlight and select all 5 of their individual frames, and I need to put them into one more frame. So with everything selected, let's choose right click and tell it to frame the selection. And this will put it in frame 6. And I'm actually going to rename this so that I know what it is. And let's call this my side scroll reviews, just so I know where they're at. Finally, let's place this inside of our iPhone. Clicking and dragging, you can see how it automatically clips to the content. I'm just going to stick it up here at the top. Now this part is very important. I've got the entire frame selected for my little reviewer. And if you don't have it, make sure you've got, where is it? Yeah, my side scroll review frame is selected. We need to click on the edge of this and drag it over so that it matches the edge of our content. This way it kind of indicates that there's more content. It's just being clipped off right here. Now we can go over to prototype, and we want this position to stay scrolling with the parent. In this case, there's nothing to scroll, but we want the overflow of it to scroll horizontally. Now that it's set to horizontal, let's turn on our prototype. Got it set here, and now look at it go. We can have it scroll back and forth and have it automatically set, come up to the top.